Queen Anak Saleha is the first wife of the Sultan of Brunei, one of the wealthiest men in the world. Hassanal Bolkiah officially had 3 wives and a large harem. But he cast out all his wives and mistresses, leaving only Anak Saleha, who has been by his side for 60 years and gave birth to 6 children. Their wedding was the grandest in Brunei's history. In this video, you will see exclusive footage from the Sultan's wedding celebrations. But behind the lavish lifestyle, there are secrets and tragedies that few people know about. How did the Queen fight for the throne for her son? And what price did she pay for it? And what shocking passion does she have that most people can't even imagine? Watch the full video to uncover the hidden life of Brunei's Queen, a life carefully kept secret by the royal family. Let's begin. Queen Anak Saleha is the most influential woman in Brunei and the mother of the Crown Prince, Al-Muhtadi Billah. She was born in 1946 into Brunei's royal family. Anak Saleha was raised in the palace alongside other royal family members and received a religious education. She had known the Sultan since childhood because they were cousins. When she turned 18, the most significant event of her life took place. Her parents and Hassanal's parents arranged their marriage. At that time, Hassanal Bolkiah was already the Crown Prince, and he was 19 years old. We've all seen how the Sultan of Brunei organizes grand weddings for his children, drawing attention from all over the world. But his own wedding was even more magnificent. The celebrations lasted over a month, with a level of grandeur never seen before. There was also a political message behind the lavish event. Brunei was earning huge revenues from oil and wanted to showcase its economic power, wealth, and royal prestige to the world. Before the wedding, the Crown Prince, Hassanal Bolkiah, sent gift-bearers to the bride's house. Back then, it was common for the bearers of the gifts to be included in the offering itself. They remained in the bride's home as servants and palace attendants. Each day, the bride and groom performed traditional rituals, gradually preparing for their new life as husband and wife. The most significant event took place on July 29, 1965, the bersanding ceremony. This was the first time they saw each other since the celebrations had begun. The Crown Prince and his bride wore diamond-encrusted outfits, and the bridal bouquet was not made of flowers, but of sparkling gemstones. The couple exchanged vows in front of numerous guests. The wedding ceremony gathered 1,000 people inside Brunei's main mosque. Another 2,000 guests, who couldn't fit inside, watched the ceremony from outside. After that, the newlyweds led a grand procession of 50 cars through the streets of Brunei. The royal family members and high-ranking officials took part in the parade. Along the roads, children waved flags, greeting the royal couple. On the final day, a royal wedding reception took place. It was the climax of the multi-day celebration. But young Anak Saleha had no idea that ahead of her lay a ruthless battle for her son's right to the throne. And what price would she have to pay for it? After the wedding, the newlyweds travelled to London. Hassanal enrolled at the famous Sandhurst Military Academy for training essential to his future rule. Anak Saleha attended Signet School, improving her English skills. But just 2 years later, they had to return to Brunei. Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin abdicated the throne, passing power to his son, Crown Prince Hassanal Bolkiah. This abdication became a historic moment for Brunei, as it was the first time in 200 years that a ruler had stepped down. Anak Saleha devoted herself to her family and often accompanied her husband on international trips. For 15 years, she lived a peaceful family life and gave birth to 6 children. But then, something happened that shattered her happiness as a wife. On his way back from an overseas trip, the Sultan of Brunei became interested in a flight attendant named Mariam. Before long, he married this simple woman. Of course, Anak Saleha was not thrilled about having to share her husband with a beautiful woman who was also 10 years younger. But Brunei's Islamic laws allow polygamy, so she had no choice but to accept it. It seems that the first wife tried to restore her bond with the Sultan. A couple of years after his marriage to his second wife, Saleha gave birth to another son, but that was their last child together. Over the next decade, all of the Sultan's children were born from his second wife, Mariam. Mariam completely took Saleha's place and accompanied the monarch to most official events in Brunei and abroad. The queen had to step aside and focus on raising her children. It was during this time that she developed a hobby that still shocks people today, but we will talk about that a little later. In 1998, the Sultan's two wives competed over whose son would be named crown prince. Rumours spread that both women were weaving intricate palace intrigues. Many speculated, who would inherit the throne? Saleha's son, Al-Muhtadi Billah, or Mariam's son, Abdul Azim. In the end, the title went to 24-year-old Billah, the Sultan's eldest son with Queen Saleha. But years later, the world learned a shocking secret about Prince Abdul Azim. His unconventional lifestyle did not align with Brunei's strict Islamic traditions, where such things could lead to imprisonment or even severe punishment. 5 years after the heir was announced, the Sultan divorced his second wife. Most likely, Queen Saleha played a role in this decision. But the Sultan didn't stay with one wife for long. Soon he married a young journalist named Azrinaz, who was 32 years younger than him. However, this marriage didn't last either. Just 5 years later, the couple separated, and their children remained in the palace. In the end, Queen Saleha remained the only wife of Brunei's ruler. She has now been by his side for 60 years. Today, she leads several charitable foundations and is actively involved in philanthropy. Recently, the 78-year-old Queen was spotted in London, visiting luxury boutiques in Mayfair and Bond Street. Many were surprised to see her shopping in person, instead of having items delivered to her royal residence. But there was a reason for this visit. Anak Saleha has an extravagant passion that ordinary people find hard to believe. She is famous for her love of luxury handbags and fine jewelry. Her handbag collection is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and among her jewelry are rare and unique pieces. The most unusual handbag in her collection is a small gold clutch shaped like a seashell with a diamond clasp. Queen Saleha carried this bag to the wedding of Prince Abdul Mateen and Anisha Rosner. The price of this clutch, $5 million. Another handbag is covered entirely with black, white, and yellow diamonds, valued at $2.5 million. And this white diamond-encrusted clutch with a gold trim, that's several $1 million as well. And these are just a few of the many outrageously expensive bags in the Queen's collection. These accessories are not just fashion statements, they are an essential part of her royal image. Each handbag is carefully selected to perfectly match her traditional royal attire. And for each of these accessories, she spends millions of dollars, choosing them personally in the most exclusive boutiques of London. But despite her immense wealth, Queen Saleha behaves like an ordinary person and is always smiling. The people of Brunei adore her for her warmth and kindness. But who knows what emotions lie behind that radiant smile? Maybe her love for diamonds and luxury handbags is just a way to hide loneliness and sorrow. What do you think? Does she have a happy life, or is wealth not enough to bring true happiness? Share your opinion in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. See you next time.